Hey, Steve from the Fire Farm. In this short video, we're going to review how to build an outdoor kitchen using Stone Age's panel and bracket system. Let's go. First thing you'll notice when you get your pallet, you're going to have reds, which are all the tops, blues for the front and back panels, and whites for your end panels. You should also see this on the instructions included with your package.
When you get your kit, you also notice the galvanized steel brackets. These brackets basically fall into two types: your base brackets, straight and corner singles, and your top brackets, corner and straight double weld. Keep in mind, for the demonstration here, we're doing it on our driveway, as you can see, but usually if you're doing this at your house, you want to pour it on a 4-inch pad or rebar or just 6-inch pad. This way, if the kitchen moves, it all moves together. Lastly, tools that you'll need, really, the number one is a mallet or dead blow hammer. You want two people to work with this. We recommend using an adhesive between the panels, maybe a Loctite PL Max Premium or SRW Vertical Instalock. However, you don't necessarily need that. You could use mortar if that's what you're used to using. Keep in mind, you may not want to add the adhesive or mortar until you dry fit this entire kitchen. This way you know if the layout works correctly and you don't have to go back and make any major changes. Since it goes together so quickly, it's probably worth it to do this. If you're able to plan ahead, your panels already have cutouts in place for your components, such as this grill base here. If necessary, you can cut panels yourself on site. We recommend you try to make the cuts so you do not have to do a cut over a joint if possible. In order to know that you are installing your panels correctly, you should note that each panel is 34 inches high. Now that we're starting the kitchen, keep in mind that the kitchen depth is 33 inches, and this is an important detail. Basically, you want to make sure you install the end panels within the wall panels to get the correct configuration. As long as you have your white panel, your end panel, inside of the two walls, the front and back, your layout should work out correctly. If not, you'll notice that the bracket will not be fitting. In this case, we're going to start with the end of the kitchen. So we're just going to lay a 90-degree corner down where we want that kitchen to end. Keep in mind there may be stone on it, so plan for that. And the blue panels will be on the outside of the bracket, and then you're going to put your white panel on the inside of this. A corner double weld top bracket will then go on top of this corner you've put into place. You may need a couple of taps and mallet to get the bracket there firmly in place. Once you get these first three panels in place, the rest of the kitchen really goes together rather easily. Figure out which is the next session in your assembly, and putting a straight single base bracket under the first wall panel, place the next panel in the other half of the bracket, and a straight double weld bracket going across the seams of these panels. If your kitchen did contain an L, keep in mind we have a separate video of how to put together the 90-degree corner, so you'll be putting the kitchen together the same way. However, you may start with the 90-degree corner itself, and then you'll build just like you are here. Whether you are using that 90-degree L-con or just continuing the kitchen on, keep in mind you're going to end the kitchen just like you started it, with an end panel. Once you have your kitchen all laid out and put together, you could start adding your red panels, which are for the top. People often ask if you need that top panel. We highly recommend it because not only does it add a lot of structure and stability to the unit, but it's also easier for your countertop installer to work on that nice level surface. Lastly, you can veneer immediately to the panels without a scratch coat. A thin layer of mortar on the panel surface will work to adhere the buttered back of your veneer pieces. A quick summary of the key points of this video. First off, make sure you pour a level 4 to 6 inch concrete base for your kitchen, ideally so if there is some movement, it moves together. Next, when you do pour this base, keep in mind that you want to account for the mortar and veneer. We recommend that you first sort your panels by color to determine their function, and remember that they're going to be oriented to be 34 inches high. When you start, make sure your end panel is installed correctly within the front and back panel. Your corner double weld bracket should fit perfectly. If it seems too long, you've probably done it wrong. It's a good idea if you dry fit your entire kitchen before using adhesive or mortar to make sure everything works as intended. This is also a good time for you to make sure components can fit in appropriately, leaving enough space between for support and veneer, including spaces at the ends where you'll be applying your corners. Lastly, Stone Age tops ensure a nice level base for your final countertops and add some great structure. You can start veneering your kitchen the same day as you construct the base. We look forward to seeing some pictures.